11 to speak. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Council, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and staff for letting me come and speak a little bit. My name is Kevin Todd. I'm familiar with some of you, at least virtually on Facebook or other means. I work closely with Gary. I work for Southwest Ambulance here in town, pretty involved with the community. I serve on the Library Advisory Board for the City of Coolidge Library. Pretty instrumental in getting the Facebook page for the library launched. I'm here to address the Council and let the Council be aware that over the last week, the union representing all of us employees with Southwest Ambulance met in over 6 meetings throughout Arizona, in Pinal, Pima, and Maricopa counties to discuss the options of possibly striking and not coming to work, obviously, in support of the union because of the issues that the company has failed to negotiate with the union. Over the last 3 years, we've been trying to negotiate, trying to secure a contract, trying to make sure that our pay and our wages and our hours are secure and strong. The company has been not willing to negotiate, including we had secured a contract previously that included a pension plan funded by the employees and then later on continued to be funded by the company. The company unilaterally changed their funding policies with regards to funding that retirement plan, stopped putting the appropriate amount of money in there, and over the years that has come to about $15 or $16 million that they have not funded adequately to the fund. That $16 million has been found to have been illegally stolen from those of us that work hard every day to make sure that the communities that we serve are safe by several courts, including the National Labor Board. They ruled a number of times in our favor. The company is trying to push that all the way to the Supreme Court. We can't afford to wait that long. We want them to man up and do what they're supposed to do so that we can continue to do our jobs and feel safe and make sure the communities are safe. None of us want to strike. Absolutely none of us want to do that. We want the company to come together and negotiate with us. However, they have not been willing to do so. I've explained all of this in a 9-page document that I've posted on Facebook. You're welcome to look at. I will also email to Norma and the council should you be willing to look through that and learn a little bit more about why we're fighting for these issues. And I appreciate the opportunity to address you and hope that you know that that I am here for the community along with my brothers and sisters of the union and of Southwest Ambulance. We look forward to continuing to serve the community.
Well, thank you, Mr. Todd. Let me ask you something before you walk away.
Yes.
When you say if they call a strike, does that mean there will be no ambulance service for Coolidge?
That will mean there will be no ambulance service for the city of Coolidge, all of Pinal County, most of Maricopa County, and a lot of Pima County. It will be an 800 employee-wide strike, and we hope that at least a good portion of those will join us in strike.
Okay.
And rural metro claims to be able to cover those areas if we do strike. However, I don't think they can. We've already discussed and partnered with the Professional Firefighters Association of Arizona, and they have agreed to support us so their firefighters will not cross the line, will not step up and transport patients. PMT Ambulance, another separate portion of Rural Metro Corporation in Phoenix metro area, their union representatives have all argued that in favor of us, that if we go to strike, those employees will not cross the line and work and pick up the slack. It'd be pretty nasty for the state of Arizona if Rural Metro fails to oblige by their contractual obligations and negotiate with the union. Any other questions?
Can I make a statement
no,
to
not
kind
yet.
of, no?
Mr. Fitzgibbons,
No,
do we have a contract with?
Pardon me?
We have a contract with this organization? No.
We do not. I mean, it's something that has been talked about with Southwest Ambulance, and it's something that has been in the discussion. But as we sit here today, where's the fire chief? We do not have a contract.
So we will still have service provided to us if that organization chooses to cross the picket line? I mean, I'm Local 938 ex-steel worker from the mine, so nobody crossed our picket line. What I'm wondering is, if they go on strike, how does that impact the citizens of Coolidge if somebody gets sick?
I think,
and
Mr.
needs-
Mayor, we'd have to look into that and get back to you. I
Okay,
mean,
all right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
and Mr. Mayor, I didn't hear a date when that would happen.
We have not launched an official date from the time. We have all agreed, well, 150 of us showed up out of 750, 800 employees. 150 of us showed up, and 154, I think, voted in favor of striking should the negotiation process not continue. The next set of negotiations are set for February between Southwest Ambulance and Rural Metro and the union representing Southwest Ambulance. So we hope that the company will come to terms with us, but it's unlikely.
Mr. Mayor, we could, we can look into it and get information back to council.
Well, I just want to make sure that our citizens, if something goes wrong, there's something in place.
Right.
So I'm going to start over here this time. Councilmember?
Wait, let's call the public.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then we can't respond anyway.
Right, this is a time
So,
period where we can't talk.
These guys all jumping at the bit, but no.
And I'm more than willing to come back
It's
during
not a scary thing.
during an issue if you want me to come back.
Yeah,
and
Mr.
address
Mayor, we
that.
could put it on for a council item, Mr. Mayor. We can, if,
Can we ask him to state what his Facebook page is or mention that? So
yeah, you can ask him what his Facebook page is.
Could you give us that
I think it's
information?
Kevin.Todd2, facebook.com/Kevin.Todd2. I will also email the article that I posted and
Okay.
I've been pretty proactive in making sure this gets out. I've sent it to our CEO multiple times. I've sent it to the Department of Health. Will Humble is very concerned about the possibility of this happening. He's the Director of Public Health for the state of Arizona. I'm going to go talk to Tom Schreier, which happens to be the Pinal County Public Health Director, and talk to him about it. Make sure that he's aware, make sure that the public is aware that we do not want it to come to a strike. We are adamant about wanting to get that money back, get a contract. Rural Metro's hired a lawyer from down under that yells and screams and is irate towards our union representatives during negotiation process. All of that's been recorded in court. All of that's public document, and all of that's available to be seen. Courts have ruled that they've been acting completely inappropriate and not been willing to negotiate in good faith.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything for the call of the public? Seeing nobody approach, we'll move on to the business part of the agenda, consent items. I'm going to read them off, then I'm going to ask if somebody wants them pulled off to let me know before we proceed. Item number 4, consider approval of a special event liquor license application submitted by Mr. T.J. Shope for the St. James Catholic Church located at 401 West Wilson Avenue, Coolidge, Arizona, for their annual St. James Festival being held on Sunday, February 8th, 2015. Item number 5, consider approval of a special event liquor license application submitted by Ms. Lynn Parsons for the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce for their annual Cotton Days Festival being held on Saturday, February 28th, 2015. Item number 6, consider approval of entering into a second amendment to consulting agreement between Albert Holler and Associates and the City of Coolidge for supplemental tax audit services to perform an additional 10 audits in the amount of $2,800 per audit and extending the termination date to June 30th, 2015. I would ask now if